Yo!
Hi, so this is our final project. We made an Android app that is a metronome that has multiple different input types, including what the basis of the app is, the tap metronome, where you can input the tempo by hitting the screen. So like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And after 6 taps, a start metronome button will appear. So start metronome, and there it's roughly at the tempo that it's beeping, and it also has an animation of an analog metronome roughly at the tempo I was tapping. So, and then in addition, here I'll hand it off to George. If you go back,
you can also just type the tempo in if you want to want a metronome at a certain tempo. If you know the tempo in beats per minute beforehand, you should label that beats per minute. Never mind. Anyways, yeah, so
this functions a lot more like a conventional metronome, so it's a good feature, you know, if you already know what tempo you're working at. And then we were also able to implement a rest counting feature. So if you have, you know, long periods where you're not supposed to play in the orchestra,
like
you can,
tuba players.
Like tuba players. I'm a tuba player, so it's very useful for me. You can input the beats per measure, so let's just say 4, and then the number of measures, so just for demonstration we'll say 4. Usually the rest are longer than that. So, and then you just hit the count rest button, and it'll display the measures elapsed, the measures to go, and the current beat at the tempo that you had previously input. So that goes from
finished.
And then yeah, when you're done it says finished.
In case you didn't realize.
Yes, so it'll notify you. So, and then if you hit back, it just goes back to the metronome. So, and
our what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, when you're tapping the tempo, it's pretty good at recognizing when you mess up and ignoring that. So, like if I was tapping like this, and then I messed up and I wanted to start over at some other tempo,
it'll auto-detect, the algorithm will auto-detect if your tempo has changed by a significant amount, and then it'll just start over with the new tempo instead of creating something sort of in between by averaging them. So then also, on the input for the tap tempo, not only can you tap the screen, but if your phone has rollerball capabilities, you can select it, and then you can just hit with the rollerball, or whatever other selecting device you have. So the challenges associated with this project were we had to learn how to work with the Android framework, which was completely new for us. It has a lot of nuances, working with the activity and intent and subclassing those, which is everything that is an Android app. And also for the graphical user interface.
Well, we had a lot of difficulty with creating an animation. I'm not going to go into the details, but I got stuck for like a day without realizing that I was calling the wrong function.
And then also how Android, it works with view subclasses. So parts of it are rigid, parts of it it's hard to tell whether or not to subclass or whether to just create different settings. So then also we were able to have a lot more experience working with XML, which is an extremely versatile skill because it can work with any programming language practically. So we did most of our GUI creation.
All the layout, all the structure of the layouts is XML. Which was really nice.
So this project was really valuable for us, and then we got to work with those new skills and you know, create a cool finished project.
Yeah. Useful also.
Very useful, very useful.